Hey, welcome live to the Friday night hangout. I'm just giving a few things a try. I'm broadcasting from the closet, and that's no kidding. Let me invite some people here.
And so I went ahead and joined up, and that's when it had been however long that was. It might have been 5 minutes, but I was gone.
Yeah, I read the whole Gettysburg Address. What I said is I got a teleprompter. I'm doing this thing here. I'm making a sound booth, professional type sound booth in the closet. So I clean up the closet and I put up the black muslin tarp. And when I do a green screen in OBS, I have the green screen behind me, and I'll turn the big light on above, and I'll do the green screen. But I really wanted to do this sound booth for the audio. Is the audio nice and loud here?
Yeah, it's nice and clear now. It's not
Okay.
fuzzy like we talked about last night at all. It's good.
Well, the reason that it was overdriven is that I had the gain turned up and the compression turned up. I don't know what I'm doing, so I just kind of played with it all day to figure out what sounded the best.
Yeah, well, it's pretty good now. It's hard to know unless you can get us to tell you what you sound like.
Right, I got no idea because I'm listening. How this is set up, I listen to myself in this ear, and I listen to you in this ear.
Yeah.
There's a problem with the Behringer mixing board where it doesn't split audio, so I got a splitter from the control room and the audio out. So I'm hearing myself in this ear and listening to you in this ear.
Mm-hmm.
And when you said you couldn't hear me, I sat there through the whole Gettysburg Address on the I mean, that's probably 2 minutes to read that thing. And I was just talking away and nobody could hear me. I had the wrong buttons pushed. Well, I'll edit that out, whatever.
Yeah, I like your cool Navy hat.
Oh, thanks. I thought maybe Don Main or Don Jenkins would get on.
Oh, really?
But, yeah.
I didn't know Don was one of our viewers. He built some nice planes. He's a fast learner too, flying and building.
Well, I would hope so. What you don't understand about Don is before he was a commander in the Navy, he was a senior chief. And when you're a senior chief, if it was me, I'd have never switched from being a senior chief to being a commander. But I guess it was a good career move as far as money goes. But a senior chief's got way more pull than a commander.
Yeah. We're talking about the same Don Jenkins, right? Our guy down here in Huntersville.
Yeah, he's got the last plane he built was a green Scorpio. And white
Scorpio.
Airplane.
Yeah, Scorpio.
Yeah.
Well, he's built since then. He's got a profile Oriental, or maybe not a profile, but he built an Oriental that was black and yellow checkered. I hadn't never seen it fly though. And he's also building something else. He's always got something going.
He came to me at Brodax and he said, "I want you to give your honest opinion." That's not a good thing to say to me. Well, I'm going to give an honest opinion anyway. And I rammed him. Stand in the room with the sandpaper longer and this, that, and the other. And he came back with another airplane, and it looks pretty damn good.
Yeah. Yeah, he did a pretty good bill thread showing how he finished the Scorpio, masking it off and painting it. And he was telling me how easy it is, but it looks like something that's still above my skill level. Finishing maddens me. I always end up with simple paint jobs because masking gets on my nerves. So I just get too impatient with it. So I get to where I want to fly, and I would like to build things that look like Don's, but it hadn't happened yet. But Don learned to fly really quickly. I mean, I watched him over the 3 years I've known him, and he's improved really, really well. He's had Ed Ruane, or Eddie R is what he calls himself, on Stunt Hanger as his coach. And Eddie's offered to coach me too, but I've never gotten up there with him. And he's gotten Don whipped into shape. I think Don's in upper level advanced. I don't know if he's gone to expert yet or not.
That's good. I can kick his ass this year.
So is he one of our viewers? Do you know? Has he been watching?
Yeah, he watches the videos from time to time. I'm not sure he watches the live streams, but you know, so I'm hoping that he will one of these days jump in here.
Yeah.
Now here comes Steve. Let's see, Steve who?
Steve, yeah, he PM'd me last night and asked me to put him on the mailing list for the newsletter. Somebody else wanted it too. Hey, Steve. Hey.
Hi there.
How you doing tonight?
Good. Let's see if I can turn the mic.
Yeah, you turned it off.
Turned it off. You were good.
Okay.
Yeah, we got you.
You want me to turn you up?
I don't know. It sounds good to me.
Yeah, you sound good over here. Okay, I put you on the mailing list last night, Steve. So,
all right, thank you.
Couple of weeks, I'll put out a new letter.
Good.
Where are you from? Where are you from, Steve?
Quanah, Texas.
So you're around Riley Wooten, that area?
Well, no. I don't know where's he from?
He's in Texas, Sydney, somewhere, but that's a big state, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's like a country over there.
Yeah, we're between Wichita Falls and Amarillo, way up close to Oklahoma.
Uh-huh. Well, are you enjoying the Stunt Hanger videos?
Yes, I've watched a whole bunch of them.
That's
I've
good.
been lurking and watching the Hangouts for about 6 months, and I finally dragged the laptop back in the shop here.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, sometimes we have good talks about building, and sometimes we just sit around and talk about whatever pops into our minds. But it's fun to do.
It's the first time I've tried this, and looks like it works pretty well.
You need to turn your camera down, though. We're just seeing the top of your head.
Oh, okay.
That's how Steve Hines does it, too. We just see the top of his head all night. That's good. We got you now. All right. Got the whole thing now.
Yeah.
I think have you been to contests in is it Arkansas or Oklahoma? I can't remember.
I went to one in Dallas last year.
Yeah. What the heck? Kansas? Maybe it's no. Kansas is north. What's under Kansas? Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Have you been to any Oklahoma contests where Bob Reeves is?
Nope.
You kind of look familiar, like I've seen you before. I just can't place it.
I don't know. We went to what was it, the fall finale or something like that in Dallas in September. We didn't fly anything. We just went and checked it out.
So what do you fly?
Well, I'm trying to get back in and learn stunt again. I've been off for about 30 years.
Yeah.
Then
build
some racing and speed and stuff.
And build some profiles. You're going to stick a few.
Yeah. I just started. I don't know if you can.
Oh yeah.
What airplane is that?
Well, that kind of glommed it together. That took just looked at plans, and I've been looking at all the threads on the Stunt Hanger where people are talking about the right tail moments and nose moments, and also I just kind of drew it out, and I'm building it. I think it's going to be a little bit nose heavy, but and it's going to be heavy anyways.
Hold it up sideways so I can look at it.
Well,
So the nose moment is about 8 and 3/4 inches long, and the tail moment is probably 8, 10, about 12 or 13 inches.
yeah, it's about 12 or 13 here.
Now, the tail moment's generally measured to the hinge line, right?
Right.
From the tail edge of the wing to the hinge line.
Yeah,
Is that-
from the trailing edge of the stabilizer to the trailing edge of the wing is how far? 12 inches?
13.
How much?
13.
And the nose from the leading edge to the back of the spinner, approximate.
About, just a hair over 9.
Yeah, you could probably shorten that nose up a little bit, but we'll see.
I've got some foam wings from the courthouse. I don't know if you can see that back behind me.
Yeah,
I
so,
see 'em.
I just glued it up.
That looks like a what do they call that wing? Kumasaki or Kamasaki wing? Tasaki.
Kiyosaki.
Yeah, that's it.
I
That
was
what-
thinking, now this one's, I bought the 4-pack. It's supposed to be the Gotcha Streak,
Uh-huh.
but this one's bigger than the other 3 wings. This was the one that was in the top of the box.
That looks like I say, that looks like a Tasaki or I don't know how to say that word, wing, but I don't know. It should be all right. No flaps on it.
Nope.
Yeah, get started with it and see how it flies, and start from there. Then you'll learn. You will have learned something by the time you get through with it. That's the point. That's how you get going. So
Now, because we're in a group chat, I'm going to tell you. Them guys were talking about nose moment and tail moment. Well, now looking at your wing, you have a drastic swept forward trailing edge. Do you know what that does for you?
Nope.
That moves the center of pressure forward in the wing so that you can run the airplane more nose heavy. So I probably wouldn't cut the nose off. There's a lot of variables that nobody can say, well, the nose moment has to be this long and the tail moment has to be this long. That's not exactly how it works.
Yeah.
How it works is how big is your elevator and how much area does it have? And if it's a small area, you need a longer tail moment. But if it's a larger area, you need a smaller tail moment. The bad thing about the long tail moment is it takes a long time, or it appears to take a long time to turn around the corner. It's called clock time. If it's real short coupled like a combat wing, it'll snap like that and go up. But because you have a drastically swept forward trailing edge, it moves the center of pressure forward, meaning that the center of gravity moves forward, so your nose moment can be longer. So, the best thing you can do, and I've built airplanes all sorts of configurations. Just unbelievable amounts of different ways. Is put it together and fly it and see how it flies. And if you like how it flies, but it needs a little more of this, that, and the other, then you adjust it from there. So you put the first one together, go, well, I made the nose an inch too long. And then the next one you cut an inch off.
Yeah.
Or vice versa or whatever. So it's all an experiment. That's the only way you're ever going to find out exactly how it works, because there is no exact science, pi times radius square. I'm sure that Brett Buck could sit down and figure out how much does the engine weigh, how much a cord do you have, but he is a rocket scientist, and the guy's really great at math. I'm not, so I have to do it the old way, trial and error. Well, I use the TLAR method. That looks about right. I have built so many airplanes in my life, I can look at something and go, yep, that'll work. That'll be fine. And I can say that your airplane there will be fine. Not going to be a world beater, but it'll be fine.
As long as it's semi-durable.
yeah, when you're
Well,
back into stunt, that's a good thing.
Yep.
the ground is hard. I'll tell you that.
The ground's really hard in West Texas.
Comes up fast.
Yeah.
Not like RC. talk about 2 or 3 mistakes high, but we're 100th of a second from disaster the whole time. So
Yeah, I don't. What are you going to cover the wing with? Solar coat or some crap?
Well, I was going to get that SLC covering.
Yeah, and not put any planking on the wing or anything.
He said, I was reading some stuff. They said just put a thin, like a saddle over the center section of the wing, just for where it glues to the fuselage, and then just cover the whole wing in that SLC covering. I looked at a thread by, I think it was Tim Westcott, if that's the name is right, and he built one last year, and it looked like he didn't even paint the wing. He just covered it with that covering, then painted the fuselage.
Well, that kind of build is kind of out of my wheelhouse. But if it was me, I probably would Z-epoxy a football in the center to strengthen it up to keep it from folding, and then just cover it with the stuff, and then slide the wing in and be done. But I don't build things like that. I do all built up stuff.
I've got a bunch of foam wings, but I've never really known what to do with them. I keep trying to think up projects, but every time I get a fun project in my mind, I'm repairing something that's more important. So I never get around to it.
I got a couple of foam wings. My problem is I don't have enough time in a day. I'm building this. I'm working on a customer's airplane. I'm trying to make a movie. I'm trying to, make sure the website's running right. I'm answering questions. So I just don't have the time. But I'd love to, sit. I don't understand when I was a kid how I had so much time and now there is none.
Yeah.
Did you ever find a moderator for the forum that, what was it? Not the old time forum, but the way it was, or I can't remember the name of the forum now. I think
as time goes by.
No,
I haven't found it. I haven't found anybody for that. I almost gave it to Ty Marcucci today, but he's now the moderator in Nostalgia 30 because he knows more about that. So
I take it, but I don't know anything about that type of plane. I couldn't, I couldn't get into the discussions over there.
There's Tom Creasy.
Part, but I don't know anything about him.
Tom Creasy, hello.
Hi. Oh, still doping. Been doping all day.
Yeah. You got your nose in the can?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I'm getting close. There's quite a bit of parts to do when you're doing 2 airplanes at the same time.
Nah.
I don't like this part. I like the balsa wood. I love the painting, after primer's on, but this stuff here.
Is this the Stuka you're working on?
Pardon?
This the Stuka?
And the P40, yeah.
Where'd you get that 2-inch brush?
This here at Walmart.
Really?
I got 2 of these for $4.95.
Who makes the brush?
It is Zhang Cheng China.
Ching Chong Hollywong, huh?
Well, but what I like about it is it's a real fine brush, and I've had this brush in dope for 3 straight days.
Yeah, but you haven't got the shank, got any thinner on the shank yet.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Black. I've already got it. I've had it on my finger. Yeah.
I have a video on how to prepare those brushes. Soak the handle. Oh, yeah. Soak the handle. Wipe all the paint off. Turn it in a drill and sand it. And then Oh yeah, and then drill a hole in it so you can put the hanger on it.
Yeah, I've got 2 of them here, but hey, it's working pretty good though. I will do that on my next brush though.
I saw that our new friend Evo, otherwise known as John, started a thread for his Arkansas area looking for people to fly. He's gotten a few replies, so hopefully he'll pick some up. But I checked, and he hasn't been online since he made that post right after we signed off on Wednesday night. So I don't know if he's got the hang of working the forum yet or not. I sent him a PM too, which I have no response from.
Well, that goes right directly to his email address, so he will get that.
Yeah. I got a friend that's having trouble getting back on Stunt Hanger. Think you probably saw the PM I sent you last night about that, Sparky.
Send me his email address.
What'd you say? Send his email address?
Yeah, if you send his email address, I'll send his password to him.
Oh, okay. I'll do that. I think I got a PM on the other forum where he sent it to me. I'll look for it.
I sent it to the email address he has in his profile, but if he's since changed his address, that makes it impossible for him to do a password retrieval, and it makes it impossible for me to contact him.
Okay. I'll send you, I'll send you, maybe he's got an alternate email address that he can get it set up with, because I think he's using the one that he's registered with. He had been locked out of that email.
Can you see my head tonight, Rusty?
What'd you say, Steve?
Can you see my head tonight?
You've been listening to us. I can see your whole head.
Usually we only see the top half.
Usually, arms ain't long enough to see anymore without my reading glasses, so I end up getting it cocked out of whack, so I focus in better. I was going to show Steve. I can get this thing. Turn the camera around.
What are we looking at?
Hold on a second.
Besides you smoking a cigarette.
I'm going to try to get this stupid camera to turn around on this thing.
Well, if you just turn the phone around.
Yeah, but then I can't see what I'm showing you.
We see a clock.
Okay, then I got it going the right way now.
Okay, now a checkerboard combat plane, it looks like.
Well, that's the same thing that Steve has there. That's one of them gotcha streaks.
Oh,
I got this from John Paris, and he just used foam safe markers and put a pattern on it. That's a GS 2000, his number. But for the fuselage, she just clear doped it. And I figured that's really kind of a nice, easy way to do it if you crash airplanes. This is the one I did. And I just took some foam safe monocoat and put a couple stripes on it and then painted the fuselage. And that one's already been crashed and broke and put back together. So depends on how much time you want to put in and what you want to do.
Yeah, that's the same. That's the same wing Steve's got. It looks like.
yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah. It's just it's an easy way to do it. You're getting back into it. I crash so much that it ain't worth me putting a whole lot of time into stuff. The one that
We
got
got
fixed
thread last night.
on the second flight, it hooked a weed and brought it in and broke the tail in half. But
Yeah. Like I put I think it was Tim Westcott in his thread. He showed pictures of when he crashed, and the engine was completely buried, and there was pieces everywhere. But he said he put it right back together.
This one actually flies better than it did before it was broke.
Oh,
The fuselage that comes with that RST is too thin and flimsy, and if the tail would shake, you gotta watch it when you're flying flutter back there. When I had to take some 1/8-inch plywood and put it back together, strengthen it up, and it flies better.
I've got a Yuki. Have you ever flown one of them? That thing's got a fuselage that's made out of a 1/2-inch pine stick. It's a hell of a tough machine. Now, I broke the wing off of mine, but once I fix that, the fuselage is indestructible. I can't believe it's made out of pine, but it is.
These
listen,
things
I don't
here
know.
by Cartier are pretty tough.
I took a piece of 1/4-inch poplar for the fuselage, and then I just put some 1/8-inch balsa on the sides. So it's going to be kind of heavy, but it ought to be forever stout.
Yeah, if it's got enough wing and enough power, it'll fly fine.
I don't know if you can see that the green poplar showing through.
Oh yeah.
I just put balsa on the sides and then doublers on the front, but hopefully that'll be strong.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Well, I'll tell you just like I told, I tell everybody, if you're really into control line, you need to get the Brodax this year.
You said that's in Father's Day, whenever that is.
That is Father's Day weekend, or the whole week, and it's in Carmichael, Pennsylvania. In my opinion, it's better than the Nationals.
It's more fun. There's less stress.
Yeah, it's all about fun. That's the whole purpose of it.
And I'd love to go.
Yeah, I would too. I'm not going to make it
I'm
though.
going to try to make it this year, but I might have to pick either Brodac or the Nationals.
Yeah, we've got a huge contingent from my club down here at Huntersville that goes up there, but I'm not able to make the trip.
Well, the bad thing about the Nationals is that you're standing on the asphalt all day long, and there's no shade except for the pagoda and maybe what you brought. You know, if you brought a sunshade. With Brodax, it's all grass, it's all shaded. It's no less humid though. I mean, it is pretty sticky, but it just feels cooler to me.
Yeah, they say it rains just about every day or so up there, but you still get plenty of time.
I don't know about it. I'm looking at the pictures of it and everything and the video that you did. Man, there's something going on all the time, man. There's all kinds of shops set up to go and look in.
Junkyard Wars, that sounds fun too.
I love looking around, you know.
Jerry Hop and I are going to go to Joe and All this year. I'm kind of excited about that.
That
They
looks
got good food here. They got good food, Brodac.
Good what?
Good food.
Oh yeah.
They got like grilled chicken or
No.
ribeye, brats or something like that. Barbecue.
No, they don't sell food on the site. He feeds you one night a free dinner on the weekend. I think it's Saturday night. But there's the weenie wagon there. But there's plenty of places around to eat. I can't remember Sugars or I can't remember the name of that one restaurant we go to. But
yeah, there's Subway if you want a quick sandwich. What Samantha and I have been doing is we go over to the deli at John's grocery store there, and you can get fried chicken, you can get chicken wings, all kinds of stuff, potato salad, whatever. And we'll go in there and pick our food out, and then have lunch or whatever with that.
every year that I go to the drive-in at least once.
Oh yeah.
Sparky, have you been to Joe Nall before?
Pardon me?
It's just going to be your first Joe Nall?
Yeah.
I got my letter in the mail today from him to pre-register. I've been past couple of years.
I'll be taking all my video equipment and trying to make a movie up there.
Have you got a camper to stay in?
No, we're going to stay in a hotel. I know that that place is going to be humid and buggy.
Better bring your buggins.
Yeah. Get the bug off out.
When is that one? Is that in April?
That's in May. It's
May.
after, usually the week after the Huntersville contest, which is the 1st of May, and so about 2 weeks after that. So look for third Saturday in May. Maybe I'll have to look at my calendar. I'm not sure if I got it written down. I got my letter on the kitchen table. Let me go get it. I hadn't even opened it.
Yeah, it should be good and hot by May down there.
I'm not sure I'm going to Huntersville this year. I think we are, but I'm kind of tagging along with Jerry Hop.
Was that the guy you work with down there when you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I've kind of found a flying buddy. And
He just lives a long ways away, huh?
yeah. We're going to go to the Nationals and fly for a week on the L-pad before the Nats, so we got the home field advantage.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Let's see, Journal Week. Here we go, May 13th through the 20th. And then they have the stunt contest. I don't know if that's addressed in this letter or not. That's a different thing. Have to contact Mark Wace about that. I don't see it on here right off, but that's usually the last day of Journal. Last year it was the last 2 days. They're talking about doing a stunt camp or a control line camp this year, so don't know. We'll wait and see what Mark comes up with. But anyway, yeah, May 13th through the 20th is Journal, and I'll be there for the stunt contest, and I'll probably drive up either on Tuesday or Thursday that week for a day. I only live 90 minutes away.
Steve, are those A speed or B speed hanging behind you?
That's a B speed.
Uh-huh.
That white one with the Super Tiger
29?
21, 29, I think.
Yeah.
That's gone over 150 before.
I've dabbled in speed. I used to build Bob Franklin's airplanes.
What length lines do you fly that speed on? 60?
60. I can't find my lines. It's monoline. I don't know what I did with them. They're around somewhere.
And then off to the right, you have a shoestring.
Yeah.
I see it, yeah.
Yeah, I built that for the Foxbird racing a long time ago. We're hoping to get over to Dallas at least this year and go play with them.
That's the Carl Goldberg job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a Goldberg shoestring too. That's what I flew beginner stunt with. But it was too twitchy. I didn't know any better at the time. No wonder I was turning loops the size of basketballs.
Yeah.
Two tail heavy.
I had a Goldberg, and I learned the hard way. I was really young. That was my first big airplane that I ever built. And I went to undo my lines, and they untangled on me like a spider web. Come all I spent an hour or so undoing my lines. Well, I got 2 kinks in the lines, and I thought, well, it'll be okay. No, went around about 7, 8 laps.
Ow.
Line snapped right off. Lost it. But for them 6, 7, 8 laps, boy, it was a good flying plane.
Mine's amazingly still in one piece. After going through my beginner learning, it's amazing that it is, because it hit the ground many times. It's a tough little bird.
Yeah, mine's got some hanger rash, but it's still ready to go. I'm going to get one.
In fact, when I turn my camera off, that's what you see me holding.
There's a big auto.
I love those. Yeah.
Weeks ago, or I don't know, a couple months ago. I had one when I was a kid and I loved it. And so I built one. This one just flies great.
Little golden bee on it.
Yeah, Golden Bee.
That's my shoestring in the picture of me there.
That's a neat little combat.
Hey, I know those hinges.
These here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, I tell you what, I really like them. I really, really do.
There's none better.
I just like it because I know they're not going anywhere. I've had them plastic hinges that glue into balsa wood. I've had them slide out. Or
That's how I lost Thunderbolt number 2. I used canopy glue to glue the hinges in. The top of the hourglass at Booter Park, the outboard hinge or the outboard flap flew off, and that thing rolled in on top of me and hit the ground and went into 10,000 pieces.
Ouch.
Man.
in other words, if it was going down, it was going to take you too.
It missed me by about 10 foot.
Oh man, man, what'd you have powering that thing with? 60?
Yeah, PA 60, 61.
Did I hear you say the other night you got a 75 coming?
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm the guy that got that deal going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would be terrible. Get the deal going, and you don't even get an engine. Oh man, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Would you sold all yours at Brodak that year?
No, my PA, I had 7 PA 65s. I had 3 PA 75s. I had 2 PA 40s, a couple of 61s. I don't know, I had about 10 or 11 engines. And the last engine that I sold was sold on my Continental. A guy came down and picked up my red, white, and blue Continental XL, and that had my PA 75 on it. The last one that I had.
Oh, okay, because I know you had a couple there at Brodak for sale.
No, I didn't have any PA motors for sale at Brodak.
That when you first started with electric, you had a couple with you. You had a couple of engines there on your bench.
Yeah, but I think those were super taggers. I didn't sell any PAs. All my PAs went specific. I know where they all are. The last 75 that I sold separate went to Bill Rich. I sold 2 to him. I sold the one in my Continental XL. Joey Matheson bought my Thunderbolt, my first Thunderbolt that had a PA 61 in it. He bought one of my Vipers that had a PA 40 in it. I mean,
Was that the Merlin or the full size?
the big motor.
Well, speaking of motors, I got my new motor today. It's a Inya 35. That was their helicopter motor, kind of like what you did with the 32 helicopter.
Right.
But Ken Inya made it for control line. Been able to, I got it off the stunt hanger, so we'll see. It's in a 25 case. I weighed it. It weighs 7 ounces.
Good weight.
Yeah. So we'll see. But it's the same thinking as what you've done with your 32. I don't know if it has as much power as that 32. There wasn't much out there that did.
I've got an old Inya 35 on the shelf. It's the one with black plastic square Venturi, and I've heard it's a great engine, but I've never fired it up. So need to try it sometime.
I have one. a flying. No, it was on a ringmaster, and the prop came off of it, and it did the shaft run. Turn as many RPMs as that one did. The thing still runs just like it did before. Was flying it. He just flew it into the ground to stop the damn thing from.
Oh, you mean while it was running away, he flew it into the ground to stop it?
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to have to get out of the closet. It's getting warm in here.
You're coming out of the closet, are you, Sparky?
Yeah.
How was your Nobler? Did you get any paint on it?
No. Hang on just a second.
Tom, did you ever see the videos about the Walter Rumlin jig?
Oh yeah, yep, sure did. Yep, that's a neat way of doing things.
Yeah, it's a pretty good little tool. There's nothing you can't do with rulers and sticks and strings, but it's handy. And that jig's got enough holes bored in it to where you can adapt it to just about any plane. Profiles mainly are best for it, but you could use it on full fuselage too.
Yeah, it depends what you're doing. I mean, it's good to always know different ways of, sometimes doing things. So that way, if it won't work for another plane, it'll work for another.
Yeah, you can rest assured everything is the same height off the glass, and you keep it square, and then get the wings or stabilizer tacked in place, and then take the jig off and put your epoxy or whatever your preferred glue is.
Yeah.
What do you got there, Sparky? Can you hear us?
There Sparky is back out.
He's got his green thing. His green background.
Oh, it looks like they put a handle on it. I thought he had some big flies there where he lived. Big fly swatter.
Jumanji flies.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, computer's still in the closet, but that's my sound room. Put this thing back.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was a big fly swatter. You had some big flies there in Missouri.
Yeah. Oh boy.
So
I'll
Sparky,
show you what the closet. What?
why do they always use a green screen? Could they use blue or red, or green is the only color that works for that?
No, I have blue on the backside.
Oh, okay.
You can use any color. Just they just found that green works good.
I wondered why they always use green screen.
There's what the closet looks like right there.
Oh, that's cool.
Mixer's on the bottom down here. Of course, the boom mic. My light there. This is the light that lights up the green screen here. We plug this in. Of course, the green screen.
Yeah. That is a little tight space for you to be working in. I can see why you get hot in there.
But it is quiet.
I hope I can get some good shop time in this weekend. I'm looking for at least a couple of hours tomorrow and Sunday. Get some projects finished up.
Yeah, at least I'm not on call this weekend. I was on backup call last weekend with our apprentice. First time he went on, and he got hammered. I was out all day Saturday, and
Where is the?
What do you do, Steve? What's your job?
heating and air conditioning.
Oh, okay. Yeah. One of my best friends is industrial heating and air conditioning. He works for the cooling systems on manufacturing type places, and a lot of the cooling that he does is not necessarily for environmental control, but it's for equipment like at the hospitals, the cooling systems for the MRIs and that sort of thing.
Yeah, we do a little bit of that. We were doing some in Muskegon, which is about 30 miles from our shop, but they went with somebody closer by. If something goes down, they'd have to run us in, and by the time we'd pack up our tools and that and get there, so, but yeah, they can't run the MRI if if the cooling goes down or whatever. So
my job was working on copy machines. I have been into just about every type of factory and business there is. That was a great job. I got to see the inside of all sorts of places I would have never experienced seeing before. I've seen them build everything from Tupperware to BMWs, and been in everything from schools to lawyers. I see how they run all different sorts of businesses. It was pretty interesting being on the road every day.
Yeah, one of the coolest things I ever seen was this place that made brass rod that they turned and stuff like that out of, the little brass fittings.
Yeah.
And they took a 2,000-pound hunk of brass. It was round. They stuck it in this machine, and when they hit it, a ram came in, a bar of brass out of that. It looked like a noodle coming out of it. It pushed with such force and heated that up. It liquefied it.
That's
and pulled it and put
right?
it out. Yeah,
Is that
extruded
what
it like that.
extruding is called?
Yeah, then they ran it through some machines, and when they were done, it was hardened to a certain hardness. But it was really cool how they, how they'd make that. I would never thought that, it squirted it out of, basically.
It's hard to believe that those machines have enough power to do that. I mean, that's a lot of pounds per square inch applied to that metal.
Yeah, because this stuff was cold, brass, 80 degrees, whatever room temperature was at.
Yeah,
and
not like they melted it. So.
Yeah,
pressure,
it's
pressure heats it up.
just sort of cut it out. But yeah, then they work hardened it. Some was round, some was 4-sided, 6-sided, 8-sided. It was pretty cool how they did it, but there ain't nothing around it. I used to get into all that stuff because I did industrial and still do commercial, but commercial ain't nothing like it used to be. I used to be able to get inside boilers up and carry them myself that I work on. Things have changed so much. We lost all the industry here. Boundaries are gone.
What sort of stuff do you think Samantha might be headed for? You think she might be going into a scientific or industrial field? Is it too early to tell?
She wants to go into shit. It's like advertisement and it's everything combined. I can't think what it.
Marketing.
Marketing. Exactly. That's what marketing. So
That's
yeah, I gotta
subject to
meet it.
change at this age, though. It's hard, it's hard for them to know until they get a little exposure to it. So much pressure to know what you're going to be when you have no idea what it's like out there.
Yeah, and I know she loves art and she's really good at it. She's had some of her stuff put up in school, and but she doesn't like math.
Yeah, I remember you telling us that.
You know, and it's like that she's talked her counselor into letting her out of her senior year of math because she's so far into the math thing that when she was in ninth grade, she was tutoring seniors so they could graduate and just do all this math. That's just crazy, but she doesn't care for it. So she doesn't want to be an engineer or anything like that.
Well, as long as she's intuitive with it, then she'll be able to follow through when the time comes and gets into college, whatever she decides she wants to do.
Really good with statistical math. Part of that marketing, follow trends and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I just told her whatever she does, she has to like to do it because she's going to do it for a long time.
Yeah.
But she always said she wanted to be a psychologist or a psychiatrist, but still thinks about it. But I don't know. She ain't going to be one that's going to sit at a desk or not.
Yeah.
Not move around or do things.
I just think it's pretty impressive that she's in the aero modeling hobby. That's pretty cool. I wish we had more girls and women that were interested in it.
I mean, I just wish we had more kids. She has friends and we've tried to show them how to fly and stuff like that. Nobody wants to fly anymore.
Yeah.
And the one thing is too, is that like her boyfriend flew one time and stuff, but she outflies, she makes them look so bad that I think that's part of it too. They don't want to look bad doing it.
Yeah. I'm sure she could completely outfly me. And good pilots make it look easy, but it's not. It's an extremely hard thing to do.
Oh yeah. Starts putting in 500-point flights again this year, like she did before. But
what about you? What level do you fly at?
Not even beginner.
Oh, really?
I flew Cox models when I was a kid, and I could do a loop. And then she's seen this on a video from Brodax, wanted to do it, and I was at an RC contest, and a guy had a little 049 for sale, a little Sterling Mustang, so I bought that for $5, put it together, and flew it. And first time I was on the handle with her, then the next time after we hand launched it, I sat down, and from that day on, she's where there's Bob Hunt, and he did 2 flights with her on doing squares. And besides that, she's had to learn everything herself because no one else can fly stunt.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to learn without a coach. Because he's rearranging his equipment, I believe.
Oh.
But yeah, so we should have some good planes this year, and she should be able to put in some good flights. Oh. But last year, that you know, that airplane, that Banshee she had didn't fly with a crap. So
She was having engine run problems with it. Is that right?
well,
That's what
that and chize it or bash it or whatever you want to call it. And we made the tail bigger, like they said. Well, once we got there to the Nats, people knew what had happened is that we made the tail longer and the vortex coming off of the outside wing, or was it the inside wing as well? Oh yeah, the outside wing, because it's shorter, the vortex was hitting the elevator and really missing how the airplane flew up. So they put a trim tab on there, it's coming off, and that helps some, but it's just a really bad flying airplane.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna, this year she's gonna have that Starus and a Tempest and a Vector 40 all to go. So
Yeah, that's my new one right there. Vector 40.
Vector 40, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start on that as soon as I get these two done. I was gonna build the Oriental, but
Is that the one you're saying is a crappy flying plane?
Yeah, how big that tail is. There's way too much tail for that airplane, and it made it really twitchy. Weight to it, which then made it heavy. That barbell effect.
Yeah.
So it wasn't right. We should have I should have just built it the way that it was.
oh boys, I'm gonna take a little break from here. You know, I've been sitting down here since 9 o'clock this morning.
My goodness.
You still got your bathrobe on.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
my bathrobe, but it's my work. You know, like a machinist. You